Fight commentary breakdowns.
What's up, Jerry?
Yep, I'm here with Rob, and Rob's eating a little bit of a sandwich, so looks good, by the way.
Got a peanut butter sandwich right here.
That's right. So I want to clarify this. Contrary to what the titles will say on YouTube, it's not actually Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu versus Xingyi. What it actually is this guy right here, he's a Xingyi Kungfu fighter who's had MMA experience, and the other guy he's fighting, so this guy he's fighting is a guy without much MMA experience, and he's a Wing Chun fighter. So this is not what the title's saying. So let's make this clear. It's Kung Fu on Kung Fu, but Kung Fu with MMA training and Kung Fu without MMA training.
All right.
So let us go ahead and see what they do.
This guy's got his hands at his hips. Like, what is the deal with that?
Exactly. He, stuck in traditional martial arts.
He says, here, we're going to touch gloves. And the guy that is in the white shirt has no idea what he's doing.
He doesn't know
like,
what touching gloves is.
Yeah. For?
He's also wearing the cup on the outside. Oop.
Yeah.
He boxed the kick pretty well.
There's nothing wrong with wearing the cup on the outside, but it is weird that his hands are, like, right down by his hips.
Agreed.
I don't understand that. That was actually a decent, decent in the fact that he didn't get hit.
Exactly.
But, you would never put your head down like that in order to get kneed in the face.
Oh! He hit the kick.
I'm almost questioning as to whether or not this guy is slow, because that seemed just so out of place.
Agreed.
Like he got hit in the leg and then just took a dive.
Yeah. And
he's getting smothered here in full mount.
Yep, and he doesn't know what to do.
This is probably why they said it was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because he's got full mount here. And he's moving into a technical mount. Mm-hmm. And then he's trying to secure the arm bar. Yep. Now he's got the arm here, but he doesn't have wrist. So when you're securing the arm bar in this position, you want to grab the thumb and point it towards the sky. Mm-hmm. Because when the thumb is pointed towards the sky, the wrist is oriented to hyperextend the elbow. This guy's... He's trying to extend the arm here, and apparently the guy on the bottom is trying to prevent the arm bar. He's got he kind of put the wrong leg up, and there's no reason to put his foot up on his knee at that point. That's only if you're defending against mount. So this guy has no idea what's happening. He's getting his elbow extended here, hyperextended. He put his hand in his armpit in order to properly hyperextend the elbow. Here, what you would actually do is you would extend your hips towards the sky.
Makes sense.
So the guy who's hammer fisting him in the head, he doesn't understand how to finish this armbar.
Yeah.
So it's kind of embarrassing for both parties, because the guy on the bottom is just getting obliterated by getting hammer fisted.
Yeah. And it makes sense, because the guy doing Xingyi is probably, he's only trained a little bit of MMA. So he doesn't, most of his training is in Xingyi. And for those of you who don't know what Xingyi is like a linear form of Kung Fu. It's all straight punches. It's all kicks. It's all about moving forward and moving backwards. You don't circle your way around. It's like the football linebacker version of Kung Fu. It's like, I'm either going forward or I'm going backwards. I'm not going to the side at all.
My favorite thing to do is when the person on the bottom is trying to prevent the armbar by doing like an S grip in their hands. I usually will... I will put my other foot, my foot that's across their chest, I'll put it in the crevice of their elbow against, the hand that is preventing the other hand from extending, other arm from extending. And when you do a jerking motion, like a kicking motion into the elbow crevice, it will jerk the S grip apart.
Oh, interesting.
There's other more, finesse ways of going about it, but I kind of always like that particular maneuver.
And he could also point the guy doing the armbar, he could point the guy's thumb down, right? Could he?
Well, sorry, peanut butter sandwich, but generally, best case practice, you grab the thumb so that they can't remove their hand. When you have the thumb secured, you point it towards the sky, and you stick the elbow joint into the crevice of your pelvis bone. And it's on you use your pelvis bone as a fulcrum. So your hips are going towards the sky, hyperextending the elbow.
I see.
Now, my favorite thing to do is from armbar position here is to grab the leg, the near-sided leg, so the right leg of the person on the bottom.
This one.
Yeah, you grab that leg, and you prevent them from rolling, because the guy on the bottom could easily escape this armbar.
Yeah.
All he has to do is push the right leg down and trap it underneath his knee. So if you push that,
so he pushes this guy's right leg and
the leg
trap
gets
it
across
between
the
his
chest. You just push it you push that leg down, trap it underneath your leg, and then basically you just make sure that you're not going to get kimura'd essentially on the way up or gogoplated. But they can't even secure the triangle at that point because you have their leg trapped underneath your leg. So all you have to do is bump the remaining leg that's across your neck over your face. So they can't secure the armbar if you trap their leg underneath your leg. It's like the fastest armbar escape. There are other armbar escapes, but that's the fastest one.
Yeah, wow, that's very interesting. And guys, just so you know, this is another angle of the fight on Chinese social media. This is how I found out that it wasn't a Brazilian, like this guy's not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If I'm just going to translate for you guys. So, 替咏春复仇形意拳踢馆格斗 actually I might have been wrong. So this guy might actually, I mean, he's not a very experienced MMA fighter, we saw, but this guy might actually not have had Xingyi training. This guy might have, so I was wrong. Maybe this guy's not Wing Chun, he's actually the Xingyi. Oops. So that's what it says here, because it looks like the Xingyi Quan Qi Guan. So the guy who lost was the Xingyi, and this guy really was just MMA. He didn't have Xingyi experience like I thought.
Whatever Xingyi is, they stand upright and they keep their hands by their hips. unless he's a bad representative, which is possible.
Yeah,
I mean,
could be.
The guy with the MMA experience wasn't necessarily the best representative of his practice either,
so if it's true that this guy really was just an amateur MMA, it shows again why you have to train beyond just stand-up. You have to train how to grapple and everything.
Yeah, the gap between somebody who's had 1 day of experience is the same gap between like a white belt and a brown belt. It's a huge valley. So it makes just 1 day of experience makes a huge difference. I don't know what this guy in the white shirt. It's almost like he's on pause.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like
like that. That's the thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
That moment right there. It's like he's never been hit there before.
I don't know what he's waiting for.
Yeah. Especially
what a bizarre.
If he actually was the Xingyi guy, so I was wrong that he was Wing Chun. He actually was the Xingyi guy. He should have been throwing low kicks, doing punches, doing all these combinations, moving forward. So I don't know why, like you said, he just paused and allowed himself to just get hit like that. Maybe what happened was, Kung Fu people fight Kung Fu people, right? So he's so used to fighting a Xingyi guy that he's not used to this guy dancing around.
Sure, or getting kicked right in the stomach. Yeah.
That's true. Maybe that hit on the stomach really hurt him.
I mean, he telegraphed that kick from a mile away.
That's true.
He's like, and this kick is coming to your midsection.
Yep, and it looks like he actually threw another kick, right? So and then he throws another kick right there. Boom. So the judge blocks it, but so he got hit twice. And maybe now he's hurting a lot. He's like, oh my God, I don't know what just hit me.
He's certainly stunned.
Yeah. But like, I'm
like,
so
the MMA guy is like, yeah, keep your hands up. He's almost like telling him, like, please keep your hands up because I'm about to punch you in the face.
Exactly. I'm just really surprised that our guy is not doing anything Xingyi related. If he is actually the Xingyi fighter and not the Wing Chun fighter.
It almost looks like he's kind of being the demo guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he's almost like the uke into the MMA fighter. Well, guys, the lesson is it's awesome if you want to learn Kung Fu and karate and stuff, but you have to pair it with other things.
Yeah.
So
you have to know Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
If you're going to do any sort of like mixed martial arts scenario, you absolutely have to know either combat sambo or Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, or wrestling, Greco-Roman or something.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain things in wrestling that can counteract Jiu-Jitsu, but for the most part, you just gotta know Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. You just have to know at least counters. You know, at least how to escape the submissions.
Agreed. Awesome. This was Fight Commentary Breakdowns. Jerry and Rob.
See you guys.